Welcome to all in our lecture series of PPCM. In our previous lecture, we discussed about the critical path. Okay, now we have seen time computation of events in the part. So there are two cases: earliest expected occurrence time and latest allowable occurrence time. So earliest expected occurrence time is denoted by EOT and it is denoted by LOT. So let's see one by one. The time at which an activity is expected to complete as early as possible. In general, it is denoted by TE and it is calculated by forward path, and the formula is Tj is equal to Tei plus Tij when there is only one path, and Tej Tei plus Tij maximum when there are more than one path. Now see, this is the event, this is activity, this is event, this is activity, and this is event. Okay, so here we have given expected time. Okay, and we have to find the earliest expected occurrence time, which is denoted by Te. So here we have given 6 and 7. This is the activity time which we have given. So here T is equal to 0 because this is the starting point, this is the starting point, and this is the end point. Okay, so let's see sentence. The time at which an activity is expected to complete as early as possible, and it is denoted by Te and it is calculated by forward path. Forward path means you have to move like this. Okay, so here T naught is 0 and here we know that activity time is the 6. So here we have formula T plus Tij. So this 6 is nothing but Tij because this is I and this is J. So this is the value of Tij. Okay, and you have to find this value. So Te naught means Tei. Tei is 0. Tei is 0 plus Tij. Tij is 6. So 6. So Tej is nothing but here we get the 6. Okay. Now you have to find this value, this Te value. So this Te value is 6 plus 7 means 13. So earliest expected occurrence time is 13. Okay, so in this manner you have to find the time. Now let's see latest allowable occurrence time. So the latest allowable time at which an event must start to keep the project on schedule. In general, it is denoted by TL and this is calculated through backward path. This is calculated through backward path. Before starting this, I forgot one thing which I told you. Here you have given when there is only one path, means only event, activity, event, activity, event. This path is given, then you have to use this formula. You have to use same formula, but what happened here, if this is an event, this is an activity, this is an event. Now here activity is gone like this, means at this event two activities is came. In this condition what you have to do, you have to take maximum value, means if here T is equal to 6, here T is equal to 7, here Ti is given 5 and here Ti is given 4. Okay, sorry, here Ti is given 5. So 6 and 5 here you get 11, and 6, 5 and 7 here you get 12. So you have to take this 12 value, means you have to consider the maximum one. That's why here we write maximum. So when there are more than one path, you have to take the maximum value. Now let's see this. The latest allowable time at which an event must start to keep the project on schedule, it is denoted by TL, and it is calculated through backward. So let's see. This is event, activity, and event. Now you know that here T not 0, here you get T is equal to 6, here you get T is equal to 13. Now you have to find the latest allowable time. So here you have seen it is started from backward, means TL is started from back side in this way, and T is started in this way. Okay, so now find the TL. So here T is equal to 0, T is equal to 6, and T is equal to 13. Here you have 7 and here you have a 6. So what we have to do, if you have given schedule, complete schedule time, means if you have given TS is equal to 14, then you have to use here 14, means your TL value is 14 at the last event. If you have not given anything, then you have to take T is equal to TL. So here is TL is 13, so T is 13, then TL is also 13. Okay, now you move from back side. So TL is 13, so 13 minus 7, here you get 6, so TL is equal to 6, and 6 minus 6, here you get TL is equal to 0. So T is equal to 0, TL is equal to 0, TL is equal to 6, and TL is equal to 13. So in this manner you have to find the latest allowable occurrence time. You remember that earliest occurrence time is a forward path and latest occurrence time is the backward path. Okay, or here we have taken the minimum value. As we taken maximum in earliest time, that here we taken the minimum value if two activities is made at the single event. Now slack, it is defined as the difference between latest allowable time and earliest expected time of an event. Means slack is the TL minus T, lowest allowable time minus earliest expected time. Slack may be positive, 0 or negative. When slack is greater than 0, it indicates possibility of delay and availability of excess resources. Okay, means if S value is 1, then at that condition we say events are subcritical. If slack is 0, it indicates work is on schedule and events are critical and resources are just adequate. And if slack is negative, it indicates work is behind schedule, may cause delay in project completion, and events are super critical. You remember this three part, because this three part is also asked in the competition examination. If slack is 1, then you say events are subcritical. If slack is 0, you say it is a critical. And if events are, means if slack is negative, then events are super critical. Okay, the path having minimum or 0 slack value is the critical path, which is time wise longest path. You also remember this sentence, the path having minimum or 0 slack value, that path has a minimum or a 0 slack value is the critical path, which is time wise longest path. Okay, And here one thing we have to note, if a project have more than one critical path, then severity is calculated by calculating standard deviation of the project from each path. Having lesser value of sigma have more deterministic approach, hence critical path will be having more value of sigma. So you have to remember this sentence. Okay, so today lecture is over guys. We meet with another topic in our another lecture. Thank you.